talk about boosting our immune system, and our immune system is basically supported by our Wei Qi. Wei Qi is W-E-I, and the Wei Qi is what it circulates through the exterior of the body, from your muscles and tendons to help you move. So I'll give a little bit, since there's some new people, a little bit of an explanation of Wei Qi is a hot energy. It's very stimulating. That's why it wakes you up in the morning. And that's how it relates to your thyroid. And in Chinese medicine, the engine that drives that Wei Qi is located in our kidneys. And so basically you want to stimulate that kidney energy up the fire path. So the fire path is the energy that goes up the spine, okay? And if you put your hands behind your back, right below your ribs, where your fingers touch on the spine is basically the main firing point for the fire path up the spine, okay? And that firing point is called the Ming Men, the life gate fire. It's the fire that protects our life. And we want to basically draw energy in there, but we also want to fire that energy up and move it. So that energy could go up into the brain and wake us up and keep us alert. And then also to circulate through the channels, through the sinew channels, and boost our defensive Qi, our immunity. Hi George and Angeli. Hello, Fran. So I'm giving a little background on how to boost the immune system according to Chinese medicine. And it's founded in this idea of driving energy through the fire path. So when we do some of these exercises today, keep in mind what you have to be a little bit cognizant of is that we're going to be bringing energy up into the head. So if you have a headache, if you have hypertension, you got to be a little bit concerned about overdoing it, and also dizziness, okay? So that's why these types of exercises are also good for depression, because it's going to be stimulating us. And I'm going to shut the music off now. So we started off with shaking because we want to drive some of that energy into our sinews to strengthen the Wei Qi. And loosen up. So let's begin also by loosening up our joints. So I'm going to put my hands on that area so I can draw energy into the kidneys. And then start loosening up the ankles. I'm going to step back a little further here. So I'm just loosening up my ankles, both directions. And then the other side, both directions. And then we're going to put our feet together. And you want your feet, if you can, get your ankles touching and then your knees touching, okay? And you want to just go into like a little bit of a seated position here. Put your hands on your knees. And push your tailbone up a little bit and lift your head. So you see how you're stimulating, you're tightening up your low back. And then make circles with your knees. If you have knee trouble, make small circles, go slowly. And remember, you have your hands on your knees, you're driving energy to heal your knees. If you have knee trouble, this is a good thing to do throughout the day. Okay, both directions. We usually do like 8 or 9 times. And then after we do that, you can just kind of push your knees a little bit into a hyperextended position and just kind of push your belly button towards the floor just to kind of stretch out your hamstrings. And then relax your knees and inhale up. And then step out. If you can look at my feet here, and then make your feet parallel, okay? And that puts you into what we call this Wu Ji stance, this stance of being empty. And when you're empty, you want to feel like you're hollow. And a key point about this is to drop your tailbone, so you anchor into the earth and raise the top of your head. You also want your elbows out a little bit, so your armpits are a little bit hollow. So a little bit of space in your armpits. Regulate your breath. Put your hands on your waist. And we're going to do some hip rotation. So first I want you to exhale as you tuck your pelvis forward, and then tuck a little bit more, and then inhale as you go back and a little bit more. So exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale. Now from this position, we're going to make some rotations. So inhale back, exhale forward. Inhale back, exhale forward. Now relax. Other direction. So I didn't talk about the water path because we're working with fire and water. The fire path goes up your spine. The water path comes up the center of your body. So we're working with regulating fire and water. And water, as you can imagine, has a lot to do with regulating the fluids in the body, which relates to anything from your hormonal system, so your endocrine system, to the secretions in your ears and eyes and nose and mouth, okay? So it brings hydration to all the systems, okay? So that's the water path. So after we do these little hip rotations, I want to have you stick your hips out and find the bone, the hip joint, on both sides. And now just swing. Breathe out your mouth. And then the other direction. Just loosen up your hips, bringing healing energy out your palms into your hip joints, lubricating your joints, breaking up stagnation. A lot of stagnation occurs in the joints. So after we release that energy, we want to get it to move. So you're going to pat the side of your legs as you breathe out. Inhale up. Pat the outside of your legs. Relax. Wu Ji stance. This fire and water path through the center of your body, it gets bound up by these rings in the body. Big ring here around your collar, big ring around your diaphragm, big ring around your waist, okay? Another ring around the neck here in the occipital region. We want to loosen that up, and I always teach in my class one of the easiest ways, and if you only do one thing in your day to help open up these channels, you want to work on releasing these rings. And there's a system of exercise developed in Japan called Sotai, S-O-T-A-I. You could see some videos on YouTube. And this is, it's called the comfortable medicine. And it's a very gentle exercise system because it only has you move in the direction that's comfortable, the direction of ease, okay? So for this exercise, as we've been stimulating this back channel, I want us to now get that energy to release because it's starting to go up into the back. We want to open up the shoulders, okay? So to do that, we're going to do some rotations. And basically, to begin, you need to check your direction of ease. So watch, I'm just going to rotate to my right and to my left. I'm pretty balanced this morning. I've been doing a lot of this, and but I'm still a little bit stiffer to my left. So I'm going to do 5 or 6 movements to my right. You pick your own direction, okay? It's going to be individual for you. And the way we do the movement, and I want you to notice, when I rotate, I'm pivoting off my back foot, okay? There's a special breathing that goes with this. We're going to inhale up. We're going to exhale to the easy direction. At the very end, you're going to inhale, stretch a little bit more, hold that for a few moments, and then relax. Inhale, exhale to the easy direction. Inhale, hold it, and relax. Inhale, same direction, exhale. Inhale, and release. You notice you're starting to rotate farther. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and release. We'll do one more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and release. After you do that, shake that out, and then check your opposite sides. Yeah, I'm even more free going to the opposite side. Now, if you still feel restriction to the opposite side, do 5 or 6 more in the easy direction. Okay? So that's starting to open up these rings a little bit, diaphragm and the collar. And so now I want to do a little bit of slapping. We're going to do stimulate the sinews with just pressure. So we're going to, let's see, we will start with, we're just going to start with swinging a little bit. So inhale and out. And now I want to increase that rotation, and the way we're going to do that, so let's just slow that swing down. We're going to lift the foot, the heel of the direction that we're moving, okay? So I'm going to do that as we slap. So we're going to, and we're slapping the belly right across from your navel here. And as I'm slapping, I'm hitting my back on the life gate point. Try to turn your head behind you so you're getting your neck loosening up at the same time. Really let your arms just flop. We could bring that into the point across from the nipple line. Start opening the chest. And then the lungs. Lung point right below your collarbone where your shoulder starts. Make a fist. You're going to start sweating because you're stimulating a lot of Wei Qi. And then top of your shoulders. Shake that out. Then we want to get that energy moving down the shoulders a little bit. Hit the big joint, shoulder joint, elbow, wrist. Shoulder, elbow, wrist. Shoulder, elbow, wrist. Just sweep the inner arms. Shake it out. So we want to open the chest. We want to work with our respiratory system. Obviously, it's critical right now to keep your respiratory system strong. You need a lot of hydration right now. Cannot emphasize that enough. The lungs need moisture. But don't They don't like cold, so avoid cold foods, cold beverages as much as you can at this time, because that impairs the qi of your lungs. So let's open up the chest. We're just shaking. Now we're going to shake with our hands like we're unscrewing a light bulb. This is going to drive energy into your fingertips. So feel your fingertips start to get a little bit warm. Those points on your fingertips are very powerful to generate yang, qi, into your brain and stimulate your immunity. So you get that energy, feel that tingling, draw that energy into your kidneys. Just hold that. Breathe through your nose if you can, in and out. Now we're going to separate heaven and earth, help open up the chest. So I want you to inhale as you cross your wrist. So I'm having my right hand in the front. Inhale. We're going to separate as we exhale. Pushing up, so my hand is flat here. Trying to be as flat as I can as I push up the ceiling, push the floor, and then I rotate. All on one exhale. Inhale. Left hand is in front. Separate heaven and earth. Rotate. Really open up the scapula. Inhale. Separate. Inhale. Open your chest. Inhale. Exhale. Remember, whenever we are raising our arms, we are activating our lung qi. Okay? So now I want to teach you some mudras that are going to stimulate the sinews. First mudra. You make a fist and a second fist, a second roll of your fist, and extend your thumb. Okay? So do that with both hands. Create a lot of tension in your hands. Okay? Thumb out. We're going to inhale, exhale. Extending your thumbs like that activates your lung Sinew Meridian. The next one is for your large intestine sinew. This helps open up the face, helps really good with helping clearing the orifices, sinus, congestion, things of that nature. Very good for allergies. Right now, I know our yard is blowing up with flowers. It smells like a perfumery outside. And I've had some allergies recently. You really want to manage allergies because that could tax your immunity and make you more prone to getting sick, okay? Second mudra for the large intestine. You're squeezing your thumb against the index finger, okay? And you're basically just extending your arms out and then you raise it up, okay? And you tuck your chin as you extend it up and you just hold it, just breathing gently. With sinew exercises, you should feel a lot of tension. Okay, when you're ready to release, don't release all at once. Rock your hands and stimulate it some more. Keep squeezing the fingers. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Extend some more. Rock. Very good, strengthens your wrist. Okay? Relax slowly. Notice how your breathing's changing. Notice if you're feeling tingling, warmth in your limbs. The next mudra, we're only going to do 3 of these sinews, is to open the pericardium, which is we call the heart protector. Pericardium helps open up the chest. It also helps start to release some of the emotional stress that we hold inside, okay? Now, pardon me, this is a bit of a rude looking mudra. That's it, folks. And what I want you to notice is, you see how I'm squeezing with the little horn sticking out here, okay? Now, you're going to get that mudra and you're going to raise your arms and you're going to point your middle finger towards your armpit, okay? You might feel this pulling in the inner part of your elbows. Squeeze it. Squeeze. So there's lots of pressure on the middle finger. Okay, when you're ready, rotate. Gently come out of that. Just pause, feel your body. Let your breath regulate. Keep your armpits hollow. Now I want to raise the fire energy. So as we raise up, imagine that energy is coming up your back and bring it down the front with the exhale. Inhale, bring the energy up your back, bring it down the water path. Bring it up, bring it down. That is always a nice movement to do as you transition from one movement to another. The next movement is a little bit more grounding. So we use what we call the horse stance. So make a wider stance. Wide as you can, comfortably. You could have your feet going out a little bit, 45-degree angle. Key thing is your knees, you want to keep the pressure going externally on your knees, okay? When you start collapsing your knees is when you develop problems. But when you have your legs externally rotated, you could get more power and you protect your knees that way. So this is going to be another one to open up our chest. It can be done in 2 ways, so it depends on how we're going to breathe. So first we will release the chest. After that we will try to strengthen the Qi of the chest, the lungs and the heart. Okay? So the first one, we're going to inhale, cross your hands at the wrist. With your, there's a mudra to this one. The mudra is this. Okay? Because you see we're stimulating the lung and large intestine to activate the lungs. Okay? Right hand over the left. You're going to pull back with your left as you push out with your right, breathing out. And you inhale, inhale, all the way up, left hand in front, breathe out to your left. Strong mudra, extending your wrist is what activates the channels. Inhale, inhale, right over left, You can squat further, opening your hips. Inhale, inhale. 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 And we'll come back to center. So you could do that with a different breath now. You could do it where you are inhaling when you extend. Okay? So bring your hands to the same position. And now we're going to take a breath as we extend. Exhale, exhale, and then you bring it all the way up. Exhale. That's taught you do left and right is 1, and you could do it 9 times. Okay, so 18 times back and forth. You can see how one way of breathing is going to release your chest. The other way is going to fortify, strengthen your heart, strengthen your lungs. Okay, so you'll see people do this if you see it on YouTube with different breathing techniques. That's basically what's happening. Okay, let's come back to our Wuji position. Just regulate your breath. Let's do our intermediate step here. Gathering and anchoring. Raise the fire. Move the water. Bringing it back to yourself. The next movement is going to be generating the fire path. So just be careful because this definitely can make you dizzy. We'll go easily. You're going to inhale, cross your hands behind your head, and you're going to exhale down. And then you're going to inhale up as you're putting pressure against your hands. And then release. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So this will definitely stimulate your metabolism. Okay? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You could do it 9 times. We'll just do another 1. Exhale down, and you can keep your knees bent. Inhale up. Out. Again, that could drive the energy up into your head. We're going to gather that energy, and we're going to bring it back down. Gather, bring it back down. Now put your hands to the side. This one is also about opening the axis of Qi at your chest. Okay? So basically we're going to inhale, exhale. This one's a little tricky because one hand's down and one hand's up. And then it turns. For this movement, breathing in your nose and out your mouth helps you release stagnant Qi. Relax your hands. Once more. Raise the fire. Return the water. Gather. Return. Gather. Return. This next movement, the next two movements are about stimulating the triple heater. And the triple heater are these three energy centers in the body. The lower center relates to your kidneys, the middle center relates to your heart and lungs, and the upper center relates to your head and your brain. The triple heater is an interesting organ because it's always been called the organ that has function but no form. Okay? It's a fire organ in Chinese medicine that regulates the water. Okay? So as you can see, it's very important in this process of working with fire and water. So it's going to work on all the organs of the body. Okay? And there's different ways to work with this meridian system. We're going to begin by gathering the energy up. And as you push up, you come off your heels and then bring the energy down. In. Try to come off your heels so you're on your tippy toes and then bring it down. If you can't go to your tippy toes, it's fine. When you stimulate the soles of your feet, you're stimulating your kidneys. Triple heater activates your kidneys. So this is all the way, one big breath. Exhale all the way down. Now we can do that with a different breath. So let's say we want to release the lungs. Bring your energy up. And then you turn your hands and then breathe out. And then inhale back. Exhale down. When you clear the lungs, you can make a sound that sounds like a teapot. Okay? Like a hiss. Inhale. Turn your hands. And then come back. Relax. One more. In. Turn your hands. Inhale back. Exhale down. So if there's allergies, that means there's too much heat in your lungs to a great extent. So that helps release the lungs, okay? Let's see, the other movement for the triple heater is very similar to a Japanese exercise as well called Senobi breathing, S-E-N-O-B-I. You could look on YouTube, lots of videos with Senobi breathing, and it became very famous when a Japanese actor was taught this exercise by his doctor to heal his back pain. What he found after, I think, a few months was he lost several, like 30 pounds, his waist got trimmed, and so they started doing research, and they found that this exercise really stimulates your growth hormone. So it helps your metabolism, it helps lose weight, helps with your mood, helps with depression. So Senobi breathing became very famous in Japan. This Chinese Qi Gong exercise is very similar, and that's the one I'm going to teach you. It relates to the triple heater, okay? So feet, shoulder width apart again. We'll have right hand over your left, so wrists are overlapping, and you're going to inhale up, arching your back, stimulating your fire, exhale down. Then we're going to gather the water. We're going to squat, inhaling, just like before. Turn your hands and breathe out. And now you turn your hands back, inhaling. Gather that energy and just settle down. Left wrist over right. When you are raising up, create some tension here, okay? So you're going to inhale, arch your back, breathe out. Gather the water. Inhale, squat. Gather in, breathe out. Inhale. Relax. Right hand over left. Create tension. Exhale. Inhale, gather the water from the earth. Bring it up, release. Inhale. Relax. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, gather the water. One big inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right hand over left. Exhale. Gather the water. Inhale. Keep inhaling. Release. Inhale. Exhale. We'll do two more. In. Out. Gather. Inhale. In. Out. In. Out. Left over right. Exhale. In. Gather the water. Release. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do our intermediary movement to gather and return the energy. Now that type of breathing, they discovered in Japan that 1 to 3 minutes a day has a tremendous impact on strengthening growth hormone and other hormones in your body. It doesn't take a lot. You could do that. I wouldn't do it too late at night because it's going to stimulate you. So morning, afternoon, 2 o'clock. And literally, you don't even have to do 9 of those. I mean, you could do, 6 of them. That's about a minute worth. Okay? Now we have about 5 minutes, and I'm going to do one last exercise that actually helps settle the fire and draw the water up more. So it's very good for the endocrine system. Okay? And the way to do this, we're going to gather this energy into our kidneys. And you're going to, as you exhale, just massage down your sacrum, your buttock, down your hamstrings, the back of your knees, along the side of your foot, as you exhale. And now you're going to pull up on your toes as you lean up, as you lift your head and stick your butt up in the air. And then you're going to exhale again, relax, and you're going to inhale, drawing the energy up. Up, leaning back, and then exhale as you come down. Gather the energy into your kidneys, and then push that energy down the bladder meridian here, behind your legs, exhaling. Grab your toes. Stick your butt up in the air, lift your head with the inhale. Exhale, relax. Inhale as you draw the energy up the inner thighs. Keep drawing that energy up. Expanding your hands. And then exhale. We'll do 1 or 2 more here. Gather. Exhale as you push the energy down your back of your legs. Grab your toes, arch, relax. Inhale up. Exhale. After you do that, we're going to basically just massage some of these energy centers here. So just open and close. Bringing the energy back, down, in, out. And then into your lower burner, below your navel. Now women, you're going to put your right hand under your navel and cover with your left. Men, you're going to put your left hand under your navel, cover with your right. You could stare straight ahead, you could stare at the floor, or you could close your eyes. Stick the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth to connect your fire and water paths. Let the saliva build in your mouth, which we call the saliva as it accumulates, we call the nectar of life. Let that build up and then take one big swallow once it forms. When you're in stance training like this, you're returning your energy back into your kidneys, back to yourself, and just relax. Stand here as long as you wish. For today, we're going to rub our hands, rub our face. One last pat. Shake it out. And thank you for coming today. Please leave a comment. Let us know how you do. And have a wonderful rest of your week.